Hey guys, it's Milo back with another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Akko 3087. It's a TKL keyboard with PBT keycaps and Cherry MX switches. It's very nice, and if you like this video, then please feel free to like and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and let's get straight into the video. The first thing that you notice when you look at this keyboard is that it's a TKL, so it doesn't have a number pad. That's nice if you're a gamer because you have more mouse space. And the keycaps are actually very nice. They are thick PBT keycaps, and they have the legends printed on the side. So it's very clean, and you only see the legends when you're looking at the right angle. You don't really have all that clutter on the keycaps. And when you flip the keyboard over, you can see that it has flip out feet and channels for cable management, and that's definitely a nice touch. This is my first TKL keyboard, so it doesn't have a number pad. I never use the number pad, so it doesn't really bother me, and I do like to have a smaller keyboard anyways. And it does have each dedicated button that you need, so you don't have to use any function keys. And I do like that this keyboard isn't compact because each place has its own section, so I know which key I'm using at each time. The keyboard is completely plastic, and it has a purplish bluish color to it. And it actually doesn't really have any flex because of the aluminum plate in the inside. And it also has 3 different LED indicators, so if you press your cap locks, you can know if you have it on or not. And if you flip over the keyboard, you will see that it has flip out feet on each side with rubber non-slip pads. And it actually has 2 different adjustments for the flip out feet. I don't like to use the largest scale just because it's too much of an angle, so I will use the second adjustment for the flip out feet. And it accepts USB-C cables, and it actually has dedicated cable management channels. I've never had a keyboard that has this, but you can essentially have it go straight through the middle, or you can have it go left or right. And there is a logo in the bottom left hand side of the keyboard, and that is kind of annoying, but the logo is pretty small and it's not ugly. It is a compromise, I guess. And from what I can tell, it doesn't seem like the keyboard has a software or it's programmable because the manual comes in Chinese, and online I can't find any information to download a software. I'm just gonna assume that it doesn't have one, which is a downside. This keyboard uses Cherry MX switches, and you can choose between the basics, browns, reds, and blues. I chose reds for my keyboard, and that's a linear switch. I honestly prefer browns slightly more because of the tactile bump. And I've actually never tried blues, which are clicky. And if you want to figure out which switch you like the most, then I recommend buying a switch tester online. They're only about 10 bucks if you want to test the basic switches. And I actually prefer the Chinese clones, which are Gatoron and Kale switches, over Cherry switches, just because I feel like they are a lot smoother and just nicer feeling. I can't really explain it, you have to feel it to actually understand it. But Cherry MX switches are a bit scratchy. For example, my GK64 has Gatoron Milky Brown switches, and I lube them, and they just feel so much better than these Cherry switches. And I'm thinking I might be able to spray lube the switches, but that would be quite an inconvenience. But you know, the average consumer probably won't mind Cherry switches. And the stabilizers on this keyboard aren't lubed, and that actually is a serious downside just because many manufacturers are lubing their stabilizers, and there's actually a very noticeable difference. And you can lube the stabilizers by yourself with dielectric grease, so if they really do bother you, then you can just DIY it, I guess. The keycaps on this keyboard are 1.5mm thick PBT keycaps. And this is my favorite type of keycap printing because the legends aren't in the way and everything just looks really clean and minimal. In terms of color, this keyboard comes in 2 colorways. The keycaps can either be an ocean blue colorway, and it also can be horizon. I chose the horizon because it looks a lot different than the other keyboards I have. And it also comes with yellow accent keys, which really looks nice and ties it all together. So my favorite part of this keyboard are the keycaps. They're just such great quality. And the Cherry Profile keycaps are definitely my favorite too, because you can feel which level you're on when you're typing, so you don't have to look down at the keyboard. RGB is very controversial. I know some people hate the look of it and some people really like RGB, Personally, I like the colors and all the lights and that stuff. And for the price point, I think this keyboard should have RGB on it, and it's kind of a bummer that it doesn't. It's possible that the PCB on this keyboard can accept LEDs, but it would be so tricky actually soldering in your own LEDs. There's really no point in doing that, honestly. In conclusion, this is a really nice keyboard, but I really just don't think it's great for the price point. If you really do want Cherry MX switches and you love the keycaps, then this would be a good option, but if you are looking to spend less money, then I'd recommend going for an SK61 or a GK64. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, then please feel free to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and peace out, guys. Thank you for watching.